Slam! He whams the doors shut. Up the stairs, through the courtyard, through the wide open double doors, he sprints straight for La Parrilla. He sees all the makings of a fraile fiesta, and a smile rips across his face. Papa! He calls out, knowing that mi amor can't be too far away. He looks around, thinking of the second best place to look. Aha! Está en la cava. He darts to the left, down the path towards La Cava, hopping over the fountains, precisely as he shouldn't. He recognizes wild, escalating laughter as he skips, and his heart springs with excitement. Eh, ¿cómo te va, flaca? He throws his arms up wide, ready for a warm welcome. People! Mi amor leaps up from his gaucho leather sipping chair, stealing our baby boy's embrace. He squeezes tightly, patting his back wildly. Abuelita! He slips away from the suffocating grasp, catching his breath and wrapping his whole soul around her. Tómate una copa, hijo. Mi amor holds a fresh glass to the sun, making sure it's perfect for the pour, although it could be no other way. He holds the stem and base between his fingers and lets the nectar of his new old-time favorite flow freely from the bottle, making sure to pour at just the right angle. He whips the tinto into motion with a masterful twirling jerk, and the wine begins to breathe. He digs his nose deep into the glass, and the notes line up like a serenade. He's having a moment, and it's so him. Papa? He cuts in. Sí? Es para mí, no? Everyone laughs, knowing his quirk exactly. Mi amor laughs the hardest, and he passes the glass proudly to his baby boy. She sits there with her guitar and a honey brown curl tendril dangling past her eye. Dusty garden feet on the deep leather lounge, picking out her newest song, almost silently to the rhythm of her jerking neck. Was machen wir heute Abend? Code language as long as Mommy isn't around. Sicher etwas Geiles. He glances at Mia more innocently, smiling as not to allude to the mischief they were planning for later that night. Last summer was a game changer. I always said, live life fearlessly, explore all the rich freedoms that make life great. And well, last summer they took that motto a little too seriously. It had already been 3 days into a jet-set party tour before I discovered that they had talked my pilot into borrowing our plane for an extended weekend getaway around Brazil. Sao freaking Paulo, are you kidding me? I was breathing furiously in only one direction, my eyes drying, sticky from bulging wide open veins bursting with rage. Honey, let's first find out if they're safe. Mi amor attempted to diffuse, thinking logically. They better hope they die before they get back to me. He laughs nervously with a half-cracked and cautious smile, forcing me into his arm for comfort. I blew a dragon's breath of disappointment and anger. But I have to admit, I was proud that they charged their friend for the adventure. I sashayed lazily into the house, wrestling my hair into place after our juvenile cross-country commute. I sit the fruit on the counter, taking in all the details of our beautifully eclectic home as the sound of faint laughter tickles my ear. It's coming from the cava. I know who's there, and I know who's not. Reaching into my clutch, I slip an alfajor from its change pocket and then let it fall onto the counter. I look back towards the entrance, pursing my lips, brow raised, and bite my lip. Elevator or stairs, elevator or stairs. My bare toes slip onto the freshly polished jatoba, impossible to grip. I grab a hold to the railing and tiptoe stealthily upward bound, leaning into the silence with anticipation. Why am I sneaking? I giggle to myself childishly. Alfahor pinched carefully between two fingers. I can't wait to sneak this little crispy, crunchy, spongy, chocolatey, dulce de leche surprise past his nose. Long ago, since we can all remember, he's been possessed by the cravings of his sweet tooth. And I know that this little snack will be a welcome interruption to whatever invention he's conjuring up in his hideaway. Soundproof, he instructed, as we made plans for remodeling his room several years back to welcome his adolescence. The rest I don't care, but I want to be able to do my stuff without anyone annoying me, okay, Mom? Me? He softened the thrust of his demand, clearly not up for debate. I brushed my universal key against the digitized lock of his door, hoping that the noise of whatever he's doing is loud enough to keep him distracted. I peeked past the crack, easing the door open, looking to the far corner where typically his work desk remained occupied, and I'm startled at how my concentrated gaze is intercepted by not only his eyes, but also hers. Who the hell is this? My reaction is immediate. My reaction is a muddling of curiosity, anxiety, jealousy, fear. Okay, a dash of rage too. I'm a mother, and right now I'm comfortable with this excuse. But at least I know it's excuse. And at least I said it to myself. I snap the door closed and stand at attention to the side of its frame. My mind is racing. My heart is fluttering. And I know that I have to go back in there. He never brings anyone home. What does this mean? I search my mind for answers that clearly could never be there. Okay, calm down. Breathe. 1, 2, 3. Reaching back decades ago to my hypnobirthing days, I draw 3 long, exaggerated breaths to gather myself so that I can re-enter the room with a cavalier poise. And again with the breaths. If this exercise could bring him into the world effortlessly in just 4 hours, it'll surely help this nothingness. Okay. I exhaled slowly, letting my angst escape me in a long, smooth, controlled breath. I tug, brushing at the hem of my blouse with the free hand. Loosen my shoulders, twist my neck left and right, point my chin up, and reach for the door. Hi, Shatzali. Who is your gorgeous friend? My calm comes across a little too cool. He stares at me with his arrogantly amused smirk, now leaning against the sofa he'd been sitting on before. He waited for me. Dang. He unfolds his athletically toned arms, involuntarily flexing every muscle with his deliberate movement. He grabs the sofa behind him, pushing himself up and chuckling silently back at his guest. He unlocks his legs and struts with his teenage jockey swagger towards me. Hey, Mom. So good to finally see you. He pokes in his deep, velvety voice, reaching down to swallow me up in a bear hug. Hi, sorry for the surprise. He invited me for the weekend, and I told him that I was coming, and that if I was coming, I should tell you that I'm coming, but it looks like he didn't. Anyway, I hope you don't mind. My things are already in Tanzania, which, by the way, is so incredible. So yeah, of course I'll be sleeping there. Mama's cool, don't worry, he assured her, speaking on my behalf. My smile is cordial and motherly, with a hint of intrigue, a touch of pride. Her accent was Californian as they come, but her mannerisms gave it all away. This was a purebred Cali girl, And if I had to bet, straight from the San Diego coast. Yep, I'm cool. Snapping myself away from the endless train of thought that would lead to nowhere. All right, I'm going to catch up with the others. Everyone is invited at 8 o'clock, so be downstairs by 10, please. I shrug. Argentina, right? I reach up to rustle my little big man's hair, then reach for the door. Oh! I turned around, almost forgetting, and waved the alfajor in his face like a doggy treat. Ooh. His joy is genuine, but his energy is sexy and cool for his friend. I quickly pivot to my exit. Fraile fiestas aren't just any typical casual friendly gathering, they're the gathering. Live music, flowing wine, and world-class asados. The Fraile Fiesta model was established long ago. Generosity knows no bounds. And for our guests, we do everything to make sure the night is unforgettable. The theme is always the same, a night to remember. But it's always imagined in a new, inspired way. And tonight's theme is the American Dream Abroad. Everything the American dream was once imagined to be will be live and in action tonight chez nous.